bench press. All right, there's two guys, right? Guy number one has a lovely wife. He has a cute dog. He's got kids, happy family, successful business, nice car, nice house, goes on 3 vacations a year, living a pretty good life. But he only benches a plate. Now, let's take a look at guy number 2. He's broke. He's got no bitches, negative canthal tilt, doesn't mew, goons frequently, but he can bench 405 and has been able to since high school. Who's the real success story? All right, I think it's pretty obvious. I remember the first time I hit 225. It was a great moment, all right? Unfortunately, the gym had to revoke my membership because of all the bitches that were causing a slipping hazard. Now, even though that wasn't a great experience and now I have to work out at home, I know some of you might want to experience the same thing. And I'm about to tell you the 3 biggest factors that determine your bench press, aka the success of your life. What's up, YouTube? What's up, guys? My name's Elliot. I'm documenting my improvement through my life and telling you stuff I learned along the way. Now, why the fuck should you listen to me? Bench has been my favorite exercise for the better part of a decade. All right, even before I could bench, I liked benching. All right, I came out of the womb with 2 45-pound plates, a fucking sidewalk bench, and a goddamn barbell. All right. I started out in my gym journey benching a whopping 65 pounds. All right, that's the bar and 2 10s. All right, pretty great. And now I'm at like something like 250, which is, when you think about it, about 1/8 of a ton. Which, when you put it like that, sounds pretty big. You know, I'm 16 now. I know there's like TikTokers that are like fucking 12 and a half benching 500 now, but I don't even know what the fuck they're feeding them. 250 is still pretty close to 500 if you like double it. You know? Actually, though, on a real note, I have done like probably upwards of 50 hours of research on this topic. I've watched nearly every video on bench press techniques, programming, routines, and I probably read like 20 studies. Not even joking. I also spoke/interviewed/ fucking grabbed the knowledge of like 50 big ass dudes I knew in a bunch of different gyms. And it all kind of came down to the same 3 factors. And before I say these factors, I'm going to give a disclaimer. I'm not going to be talking about technique, just because there's certain things like powerlifting that you really can do, like the big arch and certain grips and stuff that make it really fucking easy to bench a lot. But that shit's kind of gay, and I'm not going to be talking about that stuff. In addition, technique is kind of different for everyone because everyone's got different joints and shoulders and pains and injuries and arm lengths and shit. It's kind of hard to put a general rule over all those factors and conditions, so I'm just gonna be going over the big 3 other than technique. Now, you might be asking, what is these 3? Why are you clickbaiting and dragging this shit on so long with the long ass intro? Frequency, body weight, and type of training. All right, let's talk about frequency. How much you're benching a week. Now, a lot of people say practice makes perfect. And this is true because I remember when Julius Maddox benched 700 pounds, he basically achieved enlightenment and was perfect. So that being said, he practiced a lot to get to that point, and that's why you should bench more. All right. Ask yourself how many times you're benching in a week. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 14, 28, 36? Obviously, you can't bench 28 times a week because how are you going to have time to train arms? Pretty much you want to train as much as you can recover from. So if you can bench 4 times a week, so every other day, and recover from it, then do it, and you'll get a better bench. Because more practice, more pounds, you know? Second factor, most important thing by all, body weight. All right, if you're not fucking eating enough, if you're not fueling your body, and you're not above 200 pounds, you're victim weight, and you're gonna have a victim weight bench. All right. Yeah, there's dudes that are like 130 pushing 400 pounds. That doesn't matter. I don't believe you. All right. Now, Jeff Nipper talks about this a lot. When he's training clients, the first thing that tends to get hit by cutting or not bulking as hard is the bench press. You're going to lose your strength in bench press and squat and everything else if you start cutting. Just because you're losing weight, mass moves mass. It's just kind of how it is. You got to accept it. Unless you're blasting 9,000 nanograms of testosterone every fucking hour, you're going to have to lose the strength on your cuts. If you want a guaranteed way to increase your bench press, increase your body weight. Mass moves mass. That's why all powerlifters weigh so fucking much and look really fat, because mass moves mass. That's why strong men are all fat, because mass moves mass. It's just how science and physics work. Like, you're not going to be weighing 120 pounds and being able to push 500, you know? Like, it's simply just not possible. But that being said, eat some fucking food, like I always tell you, and you'll increase your bench and live a happier life. All right, factor 3, strength training versus hypertrophy training. Now, if you don't know the difference, strength training is generally lower rep, higher weight, and it prioritizes strength, as in the name. Hypertrophy training is more higher rep, lower weight, kind of in that 8 to 12 range. It's going to prioritize the muscle growth and kind of size of the muscle. That being said, if you either one that you pick, you're not going to lose out completely on the other. You're not going to be benching 405 and have scrawny ass chests and arms. It's not going to work like that, but you will have a smaller chest than if you prioritize the hypertrophy, and vice versa. If you prioritize hypertrophy, you're not going to lose all strength and only be able to curl 5 pounds. It's not going to work like that, but you will not be able to curl as much as if you prioritize the strength. So if you really want to excel in either of those aspects, like bodybuilding or strength training, like powerlifting, then you kind of have to pick one and stick with it. Now, on a real note, strength training is pretty fucking great. You get to push heavy ass weight, get some real good numbers, get a lot of bitches, take a lot of naps in between sets. In the long term, you will have injuries and pain, which sucks, because then you can't bench as much, and then you pretty much have no point in life. You gotta ask yourself, what do I want more, muscle size or muscle strength? And you might genuinely want either one. From my point of view, I've seen guys that can bench a lot, but before every set, they're hurting their shoulder and it clicks and shit, and they're always complaining about it. Everything they do doesn't relieve the pain. And I know I might seem biased with this because I don't really do strength training anymore, but I used to. And for a full 2 years, that's how I got all this knowledge about getting a better bench. I wanted to bench 500 pounds and hit 405 in high school and stuff. Kind of just stopped because I had so much shoulder pain and everything just sucked because the recovery was fucked. My bones felt like I was 50, and I don't even work construction, but I felt like I did. Now, in conclusion, you got to pick your poison. Either one you're going to have a shit ton of fun doing. Either one you're going to build a shit ton of strength and muscle size, but pick one if you want to excel in either of those feats. Now, if you do end up going with strength, I have a lot of knowledge in that subject. I've helped a lot of people increase their bench. Got my buddy Max Bench a lot to hit 750 pounds, and he's a 3-month-old newborn, and just by following and buying my coaching package. So if you want to do the same, perhaps even better, buy that. If you don't want to buy it yet, just check out the consulting call. I'll hop on a call with you, and we can discuss it a little further and see how it goes. Anyways, thanks for watching, and have a good day.